Hey ladies, how are you? I'm so excited you're here and that you are watching the recording if you are catching this later. I know some of you are just in different time zones or even traveling, but we're excited to catch this recording. Either way, I'm really excited to have you and to be sharing this with you. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm excited to share with you all about what coaching is, what it is I do, as an opportunity, as something that possibly you could do too. And I want to lead off to let you know that I'm sharing this with you because this is something that's completely changed me personally, me emotionally. It's changed my life, and I want to share that with others. But I don't mean any pressure by it. So just by you joining in on this, watching this, don't feel as though that means you're tied into anything, you're locked into anything, or will be constantly hounded to do this. It's just, this is all about friendships, okay? And if this works for you, if this is something of interest to you, then awesome. And if it's not something that's for you or for you right now, I totally understand that also. Coaching, health and fitness coaching, let's start off really quick with what it is. And then I'm going to share a little bit about what my story is, how I got started, how it's evolved over the past few years. And then we'll dive into a little bit more about what coaching is. And then I have another story to share with you too from a coaching friend of mine. Because sometimes, you know, we resonate more with one person versus another, or her story is a little bit different from mine also. And then we can jump into some common questions that a lot of people have when it comes to coaching and to sharing anything that we might have a passion for. So coaching, it really is this. It's all about friendship. It's all about support. It's all about guidance, and it's all about community. So already right off the bat, you might be thinking some questions and thinking things along the lines of, but what about, do I need to be a professional fitness instructor? Do I need to be an expert in nutrition? So coaching, and we'll address those, okay? But coaching is about friendship. It's about support, it's about guidance, and it's about community. It's those things for you personally, and it's those things, you give those things also in the people that you serve and that you help. Okay. So in friendship, you get friendship in the team that you join. So in coaching, you join a team, hopefully with me, and we have a team of really awesome women, a lot of moms on there. Not everyone is a mom though, just very supportive women, all ages, I got to tell you, on my team, which is really awesome. I have girls who are in their 20s, who are out there ready to be entrepreneurs and building things for themselves. And I have women in their 50s and 60s who, I have one woman who's been a nurse, and she's just ready to get out of nursing and do something that is just a whole different realm of helping people, helping them before they get sick. So friendshiping, that we all come together in supporting one another on the good days, on the tough days. We support one another on how it is to actually build a business, whether it is you're building something just as a hobby, because I want you to know this is something that you can do completely, very, very part-time. Like I call it a hobby, helping just a few friends and family here and there. Or it's something, if you choose, you could go more all into where you're doing it full time as a full-on business, as a full-on career. But either way, we are all there to support one another and whatever your own personal goals are. So that's where you get the friendship, you get the support, you get the guidance also. So when you join my team, and I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but you get mentorship from me, you get mentorship from the team, you get mentorship from the company that we partner with as well. And I'm going to talk a little bit about them in just a bit. And so you get the guidance. You're not just like, okay, well, I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to join Erin and do this coaching thing. And then just like sort of sent off, like, okay, go do it. You are completely given the guidance to help you with, okay, well, where do we even begin with that? Given the steps to success, how do I actually do that? How do I actually fit it into my personal real life? How do you actually fit that into your personal real life with kids, with your job that you have now, if you have one, with real life that piles up? How do you make this happen? So you get that guidance and you get community, a place for accountability. So accountability to your business goals and accountability to your own personal health and fitness goals. So it's like that little extra level of accountability beyond just joining a wellness challenge group or wellness boot camp. Well, they're one and the same thing. It's just a different name for it. So let me share with you a little bit about my story, and then we're going to jump more into, I mentioned the company that I partner with, and you might be already wondering, okay, what's that about, Erin? So I'm going to share about that. Okay, don't worry. But I want to tell you my story about how I got started with coaching. So it was just over 5 years ago now. I was invited by a friend to join this home online challenge group or boot camp. I call my groups a lot of times boot camps now. To me, I don't know, I just like that word. It just sounds like something that, oh, I'm gonna really accomplish something, or challenge just sounds more very challenging. But anyway, I tend to ramble. So how I got started was she invited me to this. It was to do home workouts for 21 days. They were 30-minute workouts, and to follow a nutrition plan and to drink this daily nutrient shake. Okay. And I was super hesitant. I was like, no, I don't do those things. I go to the gym. I'm good. I'm active. I'm totally good. But I wasn't good. I was very much struggling in how I felt physically and emotionally. I had a lot of chronic pain in my back. I have scoliosis and a twisted pelvis, and it just was really causing some significant pain in my body after I had my son. And this was a few years after I had my son that she invited me to do this with her. And she talked to me a couple more times, and she said, Erin, I think you would really like this. Do this with me. And I kind of got, had a moment with myself. I'm like, oh, well, I was really only going to the gym a couple days a week, so I wasn't consistent there, and I was miserable, and it wasn't working out. And I had actually, in the year prior, tried all these different diet plans. I was Googling them, trying to piece it all together myself. And I tried the cabbage diet. Have you heard of that one? The cabbage soup diet. Yeah, you just eat cabbage soup for like a week. It's awesome. Not at all. And I tried the South Beach diet at the time. I tried Jillian Michaels. She had a book. I had that book. And I tried the nutrition plan in the back that she had, and it was like super duper restrictive. And I was miserable. And with everything I did, I couldn't lose a single pound. Nothing changed physically. Nothing certainly changed mentally or emotionally. Like I wasn't learning anything. I was still feeling really miserable. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this thing. And what I liked about what I did see that she was inviting me to is the nutrition program used these portion containers to help you know how much to eat of vegetables a day, how much to eat of your protein a day, how much to eat of your carbs a day. And I was like, okay, my brain can wrap around that. I want to know what I should do because, we all kind of grow up hearing we need to eat a balanced diet. We know certain things about eating healthy, but we don't know how to actually put it into play in real life, like when we're stressed and overwhelmed, like when we are busy with work, or even when fun things are happening, like we're going out to eat or now doing takeout, or it's a holiday, something like that, like what to actually do in those times. So I thought, okay, this might make sense to me. So anyway, I joined her after she invited me quite a few times. And it had this online group with it. And I started doing the workouts. They were 30 minutes, and I liked that because I was like, I can do 30 minutes. That's better than when I was going to the gym. I was always struggling to find an hour to be at the gym, plus the drive time to go there, plus then the drive time back to work, all of that. It just wasn't adding up in my day. And I was beginning to learn the nutrition program, and I was, at first, anything that is change, and there's a little bit of a learning curve, or sort of more of an emotional curve that had to happen. And then there was this online group. And with the online group, I didn't comment on anything in there. I didn't like anything in there. I didn't post anything in there, because at the time I didn't do anything on social media. I would only share pictures on Facebook for my family. I was only friends with family members on Facebook. And I would share pictures of my son on Facebook so they could see him across the country, because we didn't live near any family. And other than that, I had like no Instagram account. I didn't do anything else on social media. So in this group, I was just watching. Every day I would go in and I'd read people's posts. And I kind of thought it was a little ridiculous. I'm like, I don't even know these women in here. Why is this going to make a difference for me in actually accomplishing anything with my goals? Why would I care what they're doing? And then there was one day I went to work, and it was funny. I actually had a cold almost this entire time of this 21-day program. And it was like a 45-minute drive to work, 45-minute home. And my son went to daycare near where I went to work. And so we drove to work, and I was feeling miserable. And I remember thinking in the middle of the day at work, I'm not going to work out when I get home tonight. I have all the great excuses in the world. I feel horrible. I don't need to do it. It's fine. What's one day? No big deal. And then at my lunch break, I looked on the group and to read everyone's posts, because I think we're all voyeurs and we like to see what everybody else is up to. And this woman had posted in there that she had something like, I don't know, 3 or 4 kids, definitely more than my one. And she had shared that she had had a flat tire that day on her way to work. And she'd said something else, but it was very positive and uplifting. And then she said, but I still went home and I did my workout. And I was like, well, poo. I guess I got to go do my workout now. Like all of a sudden, it just made all my excuses that I thought were so great, 5 minutes before I read her post, they're no longer valid. They were no longer any good. And so it started to bring home a little bit of what community can do, what those friendships can do, even before you start to really build those friendships, because I was doing nothing to build those friendships. And then at the end of the 21-day program, I was surprised myself. It wasn't until I got on the scale and I did the measurements that I believed changes had happened. Because when I looked at myself in the mirror, I could not see it. Sometimes we have these mental blocks, but I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches. And that had never happened before in my life. And that I shared that in the group, and the amount of congratulations and warm wishes that I got from these women who I never interacted with. I was just reading what they were sharing, and they were so warm and welcoming to me and congratulatory to me. It just felt so good. And it just started that friendship there. It started that community there that I needed in my life. I didn't have that support on that level before, to be able to continue something and not just stop right there. That's what makes a difference. And then that catapulted me into wanting to share that feeling with other women. So that's how I started my coaching career. Is I was like, okay, well, I just want to now share this with some of my friends, and I want to share it with some of my family members. I want them to feel this too. And so I did that, and I really mostly only shared with people that I knew for many years. And it wasn't until probably probably 3 years ago, I would say, time is flying, so I lose track, that I really was like starting to get a feeling of, I want to do something more with my life. I've been in software my whole career, and it was in business analysis and QA, which is, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm an overthinker, which is where the rambling I think comes from. But so I never loved what I was doing. I'd been in this business for over 20 years, but I never felt proud of it. I never loved it. And I always wanted to do something that made a difference in the world and that helped people. And I had looked at one point at going back to school, maybe to be a PT or to be a nurse or to be a teacher. And I just didn't have the time. I felt like I didn't have the energy and I didn't have the money to put into going back to school. And so I didn't. And so I squashed that dream. And then I started to realize with coaching, with helping a few friends and family members that, wait a minute, I'm doing that with the coaching. I'm helping people. I'm making a difference. It's right here. And I don't have to go back to school. I don't have to put the time and energy into starting all over again. I can just do this right here and now. And that's where it opened up that dream for me to really put in more energy to it. And I said, don't have the time and energy, but I did start to put in some more energy to it, to leave my corporate job and do this full time. And so that's what I did just about a couple years ago. It was before the pandemic. I transitioned out of my corporate job to doing this full time. And it has been so much fun. But what I've loved about coaching is that you make that choice. You decide what work you want to put in. It's that true flexibility. So in the corporate world, I had to show up. I worked from home actually, but I still had to be on my computer working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And it was something my husband couldn't understand. He's like, you work from home, you can come do lunch now. And I'm like, no, I can't. I have to be on. And there was no way I would have been able to make it through this pandemic doing remote learning with my son had I still been in that corporate job. This is true flexibility. So whether you're still working another job, you can choose what you do with coaching and when you work it, how much you put into it, how you work it. So that's a little bit about how I got started and a teeny bit about how it evolved for me. So I want you to know this with coaching. With coaching, it's not about selling. It's really about just sharing to serve. Okay. And you're just sharing your own journey. So with coaching, what you're going to do is you commit to your own health journey, fitness and nutrition. We also work on our emotional health with some personal development too of your own choice, because personal development is personal to you. But we commit to your own personal health journey, and you just share your own journey. That's all you do. And sharing your own journey is going to inspire other people. And sharing your own journey is going to help other people with how to actually do this for themselves as well. So it's sharing to serve others. Okay. So I mentioned also that I partner with a company, and the company, you may have heard of it, and maybe you already know this company that I partner with, but it's Beachbody. And what they do is they create home fitness programs. They also create 2 really awesome nutrition programs that simplify healthy eating for a lifestyle. So it's not dieting, but just really simplify how to actually eat healthy for life. And it's 2 different nutrition programs because we all sort of learn and think differently. So that's why we have the 2 different ones, but ultimately they both have the same goals of balancing all of our healthy food groups so we don't cut anything out and we just learn how to actually eat healthy for real life. And Beachbody also creates some really amazing all natural ingredient supplements. Our most popular and my absolute favorite is Shakeology. That's our nutrient dense shake. So it's not just protein, but it's all the nutrients that we need every single day. Our bodies need these nutrients every day, but we cannot get them in the foods alone that we eat. So we need to get them in other ways also. And so the shake has all of them. It has probiotics, prebiotics, both of those together for gut health. It has adaptogens, it has vitamins, it has minerals. It does have protein in it also, many other things, globally sourced ingredients, so that it is all natural, and you are getting, when it's globally sourced, you're getting the most pure of the nutrients possible. So love that. We also have some really great performance supplements like a pre-workout and a post-workout, excuse me. Again, using all natural ingredients. We're really, really specific about where our ingredients come from. So those are the tools that I use as a coach to help provide support and guidance to the clients and customers that I work with. I use the home workout tools that Beachbody offers. I use the nutrition program tools that Beachbody offers, and I use the supplement tools that Beachbody offers. And then from there, I'm offering the friendship, I'm offering the support, I'm offering the guidance in the community as well as a coach. So, I mentioned we're not selling. You do sell, yes, certainly the home workouts, but instead of thinking of it, because sometimes I know I was super nervous about ever becoming a coach in the first place, because I was like, I don't have any experience selling anything, and I don't want to come across as being salesy, especially when I'm talking to my friends and family members. So that's where it really helped me to think of it as, I'm just sharing me. I'm sharing something I love, just like my favorite shampoo or a new restaurant that I found, as a way to serving my friends. Oh my gosh, you've got to go to this new restaurant. It's so good. You're going to love it. I'm serving them because I loved it, and I know that they're going to love it too, because they also love that same kind of pizza. Serving them because I know that, my girlfriend, she also struggles with frizzy hair, so she's going to love this shampoo. Serving my friends because I know that they too are struggling with feeding their family, their kids who are picky eaters, their husband, like mine, who's pickier, but they want to eat a healthy, balanced meal. What do? How do they make that happen? So we're just sharing our own stories and journey and experiences to help serve. And different ways to share is you can share on social media. There's now a ton of different ways to share on social media: Instagram posts, Facebook posts, stories, reels. And through the mentorship program that I offer, I help you with all of that. So you don't need experience with using social media to be a coach and to be a successful coach. I help you with, okay, I have never used social media before. Let's learn it. I help you with learning all of the changes of social media that are constantly happening also. You get to choose if you want to share in person, just, when you are hanging out with your girlfriends, sharing in that way, maybe sharing in email also. Basically, as a coach, it's totally, totally up to you how you share in order to serve the people that you are trying to reach, your friends, your family, maybe even somebody new. So it's completely up to you. Nobody ever says you have to post sweaty selfies. Nobody ever says you have to post on social media at all. There are no rules whatsoever. It's 100% up to you. And I'm here to guide you and to mentor you and to help show you different ways that you can be successful as a coach. So let's take a pause here, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you my friend Lindsay's story. She's a mom and she is a coach also, and I think her story is just super inspiring, and it's different from mine of how she got into coaching and her experience throughout the years. So let me share my screen. I'm sharing a lot of things today and we can watch Lindsay's story. she was kind enough to pre-record this for
I
me.
am Lindsay Fortney, and I'm so excited to share a little bit about my coaching story with you today. So thanks for tuning in. I have actually been a coach for 5 years. It's crazy because the time has flown by in some ways, and it's also fun to kind of think back to when I was starting. So when I made the decision to become a coach with Beachbody, I had a 5 and a 2-year-old. I was working full time as a realtor, and my husband is actually a shift worker. So he works 12-hour shifts, nights and days, off and on. So life was crazy. Like, it was very busy. And one of the hesitations I had when I decided to become a coach, or I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, I don't feel like I have any extra time in my day. Like, how am I going to make this work? And maybe you feel that way too. But here's what happened for me. Because I had kind of made the adjustment to figure out how to fit fitness and healthier eating into my life, I was in a better place energy wise. I was feeling better than I had ever felt, even in my 20s. And I was learning how to actually shift my priorities. So for me, I used to spend the nights scrolling Pinterest and watching Netflix. So when I decided to become a coach, I was like, what if I took that like 1 to 2 hours at night when I was typically just sitting on the couch doing nothing? And I started to actually work on this business that I was passionate about. And I loved helping people, and I loved the accountability it gave me for my own health and wellness journey. And I loved the people that I met throughout it. So I started to kind of trade that time. So just like I had learned how to do with my workouts, make them a priority, I started to make the business a priority too. And it grew, and it was amazing. There was lots of chaos, but I used to find ways to fit it into my busy schedule. So for example, when I was driving to open houses or showings, I would listen to a podcast on my Bluetooth on the way there. Or if I was sitting at an open house, which sometimes they were slow and nobody would come and you'd be there for a couple hours, I would work on writing some posts, or I would connect with some people, or I would check into my challenge groups. Like I said, I really just found those pockets of time. Sometimes I would work later at night, sometimes before the kids got up. That's just how I worked it at the beginning. Now, I ended up actually leaving real estate, my full-time real estate gig, because our son became chronically ill right when I started to coach. And I actually went through that journey. It kind of paralleled me going through coaching. And in so many ways, coaching was such a lifeline for me during that struggle. Doctor's appointments and specialists and on the road all the time, and really a lot of uncertainty. And I could have been in a really negative headspace, but instead, I had the most incredible support network around me. Plus, I was pouring into myself. Being a coach, I was focused on personal development and listening to things that made me, want to grow and be better. I was exercising, I was eating better. So all of those things really helped me get through one of the toughest times I can remember in any recent history. So what happened though was that with all of that going on and life being the way it was, after a few years, I said to my husband, I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Like we were on a Disney vacation, and I remember getting a call from an agent, even though another broker was supposed to be taking care of my clients, and talking to the agent. We're in Magic Kingdom, and I'm like, all I want to do is be focusing on my family, and here I am on the phone with a broker or with an agent. And that was kind of the beginning of it, when I said to my husband on the drive home from Florida, I said, what if I left real estate and I just did coaching full time? And he was like, it's about time. So for us, that was the right move. It just gave me a lot more flexibility with our son and his medical appointments and those sorts of things, and being a caregiver. But it also continued to give me those connections with other women. It gave me a community to be a part of. It gave me a passion. It gave me an income, so that I could continue to contribute and, work towards the goals and things that I had for our family. So that was a shift that I made. I'll say when I started coaching, I had zero intention of actually leaving my full-time job. I liked my full-time job. It's just our life circumstances changed, and it was so nice to have that option there that I could like seamlessly go into. So that was kind of cool. But fast forward to now, pandemic, we are in the middle of this craziness. And I actually, because my son is immune compromised, we have our kids home for virtual learning. At the exact same time, my husband took a new position where he's working Monday to Friday during the school hours. So it is just mama all the time. And it was chaos, right? So the first couple of weeks I was like, oh, this reminds me of when I started coaching. And I was like, how am I going to fit all of these things in? But I had to pivot. So one of the biggest things that coaching and being a part of the Beachbody community has taught me was to be stubborn about my goals, but flexible about my methods. So I had to do the big pivot. I had to adjust my morning routine. I had to make sure that I'm filling my cup. I had to lean into those people that really lift me up, so that I wasn't going bonkers with all of this chaos and, you know, being on call basically all day when I'm used to the kids being at school. So I've made that shift. I'm always learning with this business. It's so incredible that way. But if you're somebody who feels like you're like, I just can't add another thing, I can't have another ball in the air, I'm already juggling and they're falling all over and it's crazy. Let me tell you something. First of all, busy people, they know how to get stuff done. So that's why they're busy. That's why they're, you know, women who, especially women who are, you know, wanting more, they're ambitious, they're energetic, they have these bigger goals. It's because you know how to get stuff done. So don't talk yourself out of coaching thinking that you're too busy, because you will figure out a way, and it's heart work. So not hard work, but it's heart work. You get to do the best work. And when you get those messages from your clients and they tell you, you know, they feel like themselves again, or they are finally in the family pictures, or they went to the water park and they wore the bathing suit with their kids and they feel like $1,000,000, it is incredible. You can't match it. I've been in lots of occupations before, and this is just something unlike anything else. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit about my story. And if you have any.
Oh, so cool. I love that she shares that it's heart work, because that is exactly what it feels like each and every time you show up to connect with people and to connect into your challenge group, your online boot camp, those that are doing these home workouts and the nutrition programs right alongside with you. It's the most rewarding feeling, like she said, when somebody achieves those non-scale victories. You know, that is what we celebrate the most as coaches, are those non-scale victories. It's so exciting when somebody's like, oh my gosh, I've lost pounds for the first time in my life. But it's even more exciting when you're hearing these stories of somebody being able to go out there and play with their kids who wasn't able to before, or somebody who's like, I had someone just last week say, I just stuck to eating healthy for 3 days in a row. I fell off track, but I only fell off track for 2 days. I'd always fallen off track for weeks and months on end. This is the first time I was able to get back on track after just 2 days. Like, that was huge for her. It's the most rewarding feeling in the world, to share your own personal journey and know that that is helping other people. So let's talk about some common questions that I'm sure are on your mind. And if I don't address any of your questions, I want you to know, reach out to me afterwards and let's talk about what your questions are. And I will be blatantly honest with you. I will not hold back, because like I said, no pressure for you to actually join me. I want you to get all of the answers up front to make the best decision for you. Let's talk a little bit about how it works being a coach. There are products involved. You know, I said it doesn't feel like selling because we're just sharing to serve, but yes, there's products involved. We do have home workout programs. The home workout programs, you can access them on demand, a lot like Netflix. So it's like logging into Netflix, whether you log into it on your TV or on your phone or your computer or your tablet, and then you have all of your workout programs. We have over 70 workout programs, all different styles too. And we have the supplements as well. So like these products, you do not need to purchase them and carry them in your home, and then your clients buy them from you and you handle shipping them out. All purchasing, all of that, any kind of returns, any kind of customer service at all along those lines, that's all handled by Beachbody, the company. You don't have to handle that at all. So you are just there to guide your clients. You're there to befriend, to build the friendships, the community, and to guide them. You'll be guiding them into what's the best program for them. And the way that you do that getting started is by just following a program yourself and then having a friend do that right alongside with you, and then guiding them right into that same program you're doing, and you would do it together. So long story short is you don't have to carry any product whatsoever. Some companies that you partner with, you do have to do that. So I just wanted to, that's sometimes a common question that can come up. You don't have to pre-purchase anything, handle shipping it out, handle any returns or anything along those lines. Speaking of our home workouts, if you have not tried them yet or been able to take a look at our online wellness center, which has over 300 recipes on there, just healthy recipes for everyday families, then I have a free trial for you. You should have received that in your email or in a private message from me. If you don't have that, reach out, let me know, and I will get that to you. So you can get a chance to just take a look and see what this is all about, okay? Sometimes it comes up about feeling like we have to be at a certain goal, whether it be a goal weight or have received some sort of transformation in our body, or even maybe emotionally, but maybe even just gone through a program first before we can be a coach. I want you to know that that's a complete myth. The best coaches are the ones that are just plain sharing their own journey from day one of anything that they're doing. So it is a myth to feel as though you need to have reached a goal or have some sort of transformation in order to be a successful coach, because you're just there to support and to be a friend and provide community. You're not there to show that you have to have this perfect six-pack abs. If you think about it, the kinds of people that you connect best with, that you would feel most comfortable with, that hold your hand in doing a program together, would it be somebody who's like chiseled and rock hard and has that perfect transformation? Or is it somebody that you can relate to, that you're like, okay, they're just like me? Whether it be physically, emotionally, something, you want to be able to connect together. So that's what in my mentorship program we are going to work on, is how to connect with people, whether it be somebody you already know, a longtime friend or family member, or connecting with somebody brand new in your life, how to connect with them so that you can best share your current experiences, so that you can serve them. Another thing, a common question, I've sort of already addressed this, but that feeling of I need to be a fitness expert or a nutrition expert. It's a total myth. You do not. I am not. I happen to have a teeny bit of experience teaching group fitness classes in the past, but I want to tell you, I am by no means any kind of expert. I only taught for like a year. So very little experience in the grand scheme of things. Again, this is all about sharing your own experience so that you can serve and you can lock arms and do this with your friends side by side together. You are going to be getting the fitness experts in the tools that you use from Beachbody in the home workout programs. You're going to be getting the nutrition experts and the tools that you use in the nutrition programs from Beachbody. So you don't need to be the expert in any of those, in either of those, in the fitness world and the nutrition world. You're just there to be the friend, to be the support, and to provide a community space, which I help you in how to do that in my mentorship program. We lock arms together in providing that community space. So yeah, that is a complete myth. And then another thing is time, and Lindsay sort of touched on that, but I get it. I think this past year or so, since 2020, time has been something that has become very elusive to pretty much everyone. None of us have time for it feels like anything. But she hit the nail on the head when she said busy people are made for this, because if you are busy, it means you are willing to take things on. You are reaching for more. You're somebody who wants more in your life. So you take things on because you are wanting more in your life and you're willing to go out and put work in. And that's what being a coach is being somebody who's willing to put work in to reach for more in your life, to serve people, to share your story, to serve people. Now, in terms of actual time, okay, but how do I actually do this, Erin? I've got a job, I've got kids, I'm doing homeschooling. Well, now I've got all this other stuff that just piled up from the, in-laws, or the car broke down. I mean, who knows what? I mean, so much. Oh, and now it's another holiday, because it's never ending holidays, it feels like, right? My husband and I were just talking about that. It's like, oh, great. Now there's another one. What presents do we need to buy now? This business, it's totally up to you how much time you put into it. And I help guide you through how to do goal setting for yourself, whether you're wanting to do this very part-time, hobby-like, or whether or not you're wanting to go into this full-time, how to do goal setting for yourself and how to then actually fit those goals into your real life, how to make that happen. Okay, we get out a planner, and I got my planner right here, and we say, okay, here's your goals. We've figured those goals out, and we've also considered the time and the schedule you have per your actual family life, your actual work life. Now we work around that. How do we fit those goals in? How do we make this happen? So I like to do things like working in the pockets of time. Maybe it's just for you, if you have little ones, working 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there during nap time. So, it's during nap time, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to reach out and make 3 new connections with people. Okay. That's working your business. That's being a coach. Okay, I've got another 10 minutes while the kids are just playing on the floor. I'm going to connect with my challengers in my boot camp. Okay, there we go. You're a coach. You are doing your business. And that is how we often work our business as coaches, in these little teeny weeny pockets of time. But there's many ways we can work to find that perfect schedule for you. And I help mentor you in how to actually fit that in for you in my mentorship program. So I want you to know it's totally up to you. There is no hard and fast rule of this is how much time you have to put in, that I will help guide you to find that perfect fit for you also. So let's do get my thoughts clear, right? I have 3 spots for that mentorship program coming up in April. It's going to start the first week of April, and I have just 3 spots. I like to keep it very intimate so that we can get that opportunity to work together really one-on-one, so we can make sure that you are set up for success, and we are really having this coach life fit into your life well, so that you don't have that feeling of overwhelm. You just feel really successful and excited to move forward. So to sign up for the boot camp, I'm going to be sharing within the email of this video, I'm going to be sharing a link to sign up. It's a form. You just quickly fill out that form. And just because you fill out that form does not mean you're locked in. That just means we're going to continue the conversation to answer any more questions you have, to see if this is the best fit for you. Okay, so if you are at all feeling like you might be interested in this, I want you to fill out that form. Let's you and I just talk and see if this is actually going to be a good fit for you. And I want to tell you this. So with the April mentorship, I'm going to be doing a boot camp with that, where we're going to be doing home workout program just special for you. We're going to be doing a nutrition program just customized for you, along with the perfect supplements customized for you, so that you can feel and start to experience that feeling of of total health that works for your everyday real life. And you can start to share that from day one. You have something to share with day one. So we're going to be doing that along with the mentorship program. You'll get community. You're going to get friendships. And along with those friendships, what's so cool, this has actually never happened. I know that sounds like a total sales pitch, but I swear it's never happened in the 5 years that I've been coaching. We have this month something called a BFF code. So you get to invite, when you sign up, you get to invite your best friend to join and do this with you, and they get $40 off of their Total Solution Challenge Pack. And I've never seen a discount like that. So it's really exciting. It's your opportunity to get that first rewarding experience as a coach, to share this with your best friend, share this with maybe even a family member, somebody that you really want to lock arms and say, let's join in and do this together. And I'll tell you this, if they join in and say, okay, well, I want to do the coaching thing too, or maybe they just want to sign up and be a coach to get discounts on products. I didn't talk about that. You can sign up and be a coach to only get the discounts on the products and never actually do any of the coaching stuff. Nobody ever forces you to do anything. Nobody ever pressures you to do anything. So you can actually sign up to be a coach and never actually go through my mentorship program, never actually post anything on social media, never share with anybody that you're a coach, never do any of the coaching thing. You can just sign up to be a coach and you will get the discount on our products. So if your friend wanted to do that, they would also get a BFF code for $40 off to invite their friend. So then right then and there, you have a group of friends that you'll in April be doing your first program with. It would be so awesome to just kickstart spring feeling really great, fitting fitness, fitting health, and fitting wellness into your everyday real life. So I am excited to meet your friends. I'm excited to do this with you, and we're just linking arms, building this community together. So all of your questions, I can't wait to hear them. Can't wait to chat with you about it. Fill out that form and let's talk. All right. Thanks again for watching. Have a really great night. Talk to you soon. Bye.